Tonight, President Donald Trump signing an emergency declaration securing aid for Puerto Rico, but not without insulting the island, reigniting a feud with San Juan Mayor Carmen Yulín Cruz and demanding credit for offering aid. Trump tweeting, "FEMA and all others are ready and will do a great job. When they do, let them know it and give them a big thank you, not like last time." That includes from the incompetent mayor of San Juan. Later adding, Puerto Rico is one of the most corrupt places on earth. Their political system is broken and their politicians are either incompetent or corrupt. Congress approved billions of dollars last time, more than any place else has ever gotten. And it is sent to crooked politicians. No good. And by the way, I'm the best thing that's ever happened to Puerto Rico. The president once again alluding to the false claim that Puerto Rico received $92 billion in disaster relief following Hurricane Maria in 2017. In reality, Congress allocated about $40 billion in aid, with the island only receiving a fraction of that.
I've taken better care of Puerto Rico than any man ever.
And now the Trump administration is slashing $155 million in FEMA disaster relief funding, according to documents newly obtained by CNN, rerouting $271 million within DHS toward efforts to cut migration along the southern border with Mexico. In a statement to CNN, FEMA claims the move will not impact ongoing long-term recovery efforts across the country. This, as sources say, Trump is so determined to fulfill his promise of a border wall before the 2020 election that sources say he's encouraged aides to ignore environmental regulations, fast-track billions of dollars in funding, and aggressively seize private property to build the wall. CNN confirming reporting originally in the Washington Post that Trump is promising staffers he will pardon them if they break the law. Trump also reportedly demanding the wall be painted black, making it hot to the touch, and topped with steel spikes to make it more intimidating. Trump responding today that the story was made up by the Washington Post only to demean and disparage. Despite Trump's claim that the wall is going up fast, Customs and Border Protection tells CNN that 0 new miles of border have been built, but that about 60 miles of dilapidated barrier have been replaced, and that there are plans in place for roughly 110 miles of new wall. Meantime, the White House is shying away from a major indication the president plans to host next year's G7 meeting at his Miami area golf resort. The White House tweeting out, Trump shares the location of the next G7 summit, attached to a video of Trump talking to reporters about Doral at the G7 in France.
They went to places all over the country, and they came back and they said, this is where we'd like to be.
But a White House official tells CNN the tweet may be removed because plans for the next G7 meeting have not been finalized. Trump today also taking aim at his favorite news outlet, tweeting, "Just watch Fox News heavily promoting the Democrats. Hopeless and clueless. They should go all the way left, and I will still find a way to win. That's what I do, win. Too bad. I don't want to win for myself. I only want to win for the people. The new Fox News is letting millions of great people down. We have to start looking for a new news outlet. Fox isn't working for us anymore."
The Washington Post is reporting that Attorney General William Barr has booked a December family holiday party for about 200 people at President Trump's Washington hotel, and it will deliver a whole lot of money for the Trump business, and yes, it does raise ethical questions. CNN Justice correspondent Jessica Snyder joins us now with more. Jessica, what are you learning here?
Well, John, in fact, the Attorney General is planning to hold that private holiday party at the Trump International Hotel in downtown Washington. Notably, that's a property where the president's sons run the day-to-day, but the president still benefits financially. And according to that contract for the party that was obtained by the Washington Post, it could cost more than $30,000. That's the contract minimum for about 200 guests. Now, the Justice Department, of course, is responding to all of this, stressing that this is not an official Justice Department event and that it will be paid exclusively out of William Barr's pocket. But still, the optics are raising some serious questions here, especially since the Justice Department, with Bill Barr at the helm, has defended the president after he was sued by the attorneys general in Maryland and D.C. on the basis of the emoluments clause. They were questioning Trump's ability to receive payments that come from foreign guests who stay at the hotel. Again, the Justice Department has defended in that lawsuit. And in addition, John, ethics experts, they're also raising eyebrows, saying it really looks like the attorney general is trying to curry favor with the president here by having his own private holiday party at the president's hotel. Now, the Justice Department says this is not so. The attorney general tried the other big hotels in D.C., like the Willard and the Mayflower. But, John, those were booked, so they say that, William Barr had no choice here but to go with the Trump International in downtown Washington.
Has William Barr himself responded to the criticism?
So we have not heard from the Attorney General directly tonight, but the Justice Department official that we spoke with earlier, they say that the Attorney General has in fact consulted with career ethics officials at the DOJ, and the determination there was that ethics rules do not prohibit him from hosting the event at the Trump Hotel. But again, John, really, the optics here aren't looking so good and really being called into question by a lot of ethics experts tonight.
The Constitution says if you're born on U.S. soil, you automatically get citizenship, right? Well, some argue that's not even what the Constitution says. Birthright citizenship is the concept that any child born on U.S. soil automatically receives U.S. citizenship, no matter where the child's parents are from. The idea of citizenship birthright comes from the language of the 14th Amendment, which says all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. Now, when people read the language of the 14th Amendment, they see the word born and they stop right there. Not many people give a lot of thought to the part of that phrase, subject to the jurisdiction thereof. Most of us interpret that clause to mean, as long as you're born here, it doesn't matter who your parents are, you are a U.S. citizen. Some are arguing that subject to the jurisdiction thereof means the parents of the child must be U.S. citizens as well. The Civil Rights Act has similar language, but that language says the parents may not be subjects of a foreign land. Some scholars argue that if you read the 14th Amendment together with the Civil Rights Act enacted around the same time, then there's a strong argument that the 14th Amendment was not intended to confer citizenship on children of foreign-born parents. And then there's the controversial term anchor babies. So-called anchor babies are those born to non-citizens on U.S. soil, where citizenship is a birthright, and are seen as a way for other family members to secure U.S. citizenship. So can birthright citizenship be taken away? Well, if it's not a constitutional right to begin with, then absolutely. But even if it is a constitutional right, the Constitution can change. That's what amendments are for. The Constitution has flip-flopped in the past.